Guys, let's jump right into it, shall we? It's been official. It's been said. It's been confirmed. The Premier League title has a different color this time. It's not blue and white no more. It's red and white. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Liverpool have been confirmed as your 2024-2025 Premier League champions. For me, this is a bittersweet moment. And we're going to do the show a little bit different today. We're not going to dissect all the games. We're just going to talk about the big storylines surrounding this match week. And the first one, obviously, being Liverpool. Again, as I said, this is a bittersweet moment for me because as an Arsenal fan, if City wasn't competing, if City wasn't in position to win it this year, it was meant to be our year. But due to a mirage of different reasons, that is not the case. And sometimes you just have to hold your hand up high and appreciate greatness. And this is what this Liverpool team have been this season. They have been great. Nothing but great this season. The only time they had a stumbling block, in fact, there are only two times I can think of their stumbling blocks, and that was against PSG in the round of 16 penalty shootout, and then obviously losing the EFL Cup to Newcastle at Wembley. But other than those times, I can't really think of everything. They have been the definition of greatness this season, and I'm just going to touch on a few things before we move on. Liverpool, what an incredible season. Confirmed 2024-2025 Premier League champions after defeating Tottenham 5-1. To be honest, Tottenham didn't even give a fight, but they scored the first goal, and I think that was the signing of on the wall. That was the writing on the wall. Immediately that first goal went to Liverpool, like, okay, we're moving now to gear 5. They didn't even go to gear 4, go to gear 3. They went from gear 1 to gear 5. Bam. And it was kind of sad to see from a Spurs perspective because Spurs did not compete in any way, shape, or form. But this is not about Spurs. Let's leave Spurs aside. Spurs will always be Spurs. You can't count on them to do anything to save their lives. So let's actually move to the people that matter, the people that deserve our praise this week. That's Liverpool. Liverpool have been amazing from the beginning of the season to the pretty much now. Obviously, 2 losses, 7 draws, 25 wins is crazy. That is actually crazy. That's Masty-esque. When it's all said and done, they'll probably finish up with like 93 points or something along those lines. But that being said, this was a historic title for them. Clinching this title was historic because if you didn't know, they are now level with Manchester United for most English top flight titles, both 20. Level with Manchester United. You know what that means? That's crazy. That is crazy. If you're a Manchester United fan, you should be sad hearing that. But again, we're not talking about Manchester United, we're talking about Liverpool. So where should we start with this Liverpool team in terms of how great they are? Is it Arne Slot, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch, the whole team, lack of injuries, consistency? Where should we talk about? I mean, I guess let's start with Arne Slot. When Arne Slot came in, no one had Liverpool finishing where they finished. No one had them. No analyst in this sport world, including myself, because I consider myself an analyst, had them finishing first. We didn't even have them finishing second. Third was a stretch. We were like fourth, fifth, because we didn't know what to expect from Arne Slot. He had just taken over a Liverpool team that had Jurgen Klopp. Shout out to Jurgen Klopp, amazing person, amazing manager. And really with no signings per se. He literally just came in, took over the same team, and that was it. No signings other than Chiesa. Chiesa wasn't really a starter, so it doesn't even matter. He came on, took this team by the horns, had them playing consistent type of football. I remember that game against Ipswich in the first half. Nothing was moving. He started, I think it was Jared Kwanzaa in the middle. Yes, he was Jared Kwanzaa and Virgil van Dijk playing, and things were not just moving. Nothing was moving. Passes were not flowing. The game wasn't moving. It was still tight. It was still new. I mean, at the end of the first half, and start of the second half, he twitches, brings on Ibrahim Konate, and they go up a different gear. And that's kind of the identity of this team. He sees something isn't working well, he switches. Immediately he switches. He doesn't wait 10 minutes, he doesn't wait 15 minutes, he doesn't do nothing. He switches it. And then for some reason they just turn a different gear. Literally been the staple of this team. And that comes from manager Arne Slot. Arne Slot has been amazing. He's one of the, I think, seven, or he's the eighth manager to come in and win the title in their first season, joining the likes of Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Antonio Conte, etc. I think Claudio Ranieri is that list too. Shout out to Claudio Ranieri. But yeah, he's been amazing. He's consistent. First Dutch manager to win Premier League again. Amazing, amazing. Then you talk about the players, likes of Mo Salah. In fact, the whole team. I can't even obviously singling out Mo Salah is key. Singling out likes of Van Dijk key. But I think the whole team, he just found a way to gel. Everyone played a role. Like yeah, Mo Salah scoring 20 goals, having whatever amount of assists, amazing. Luis Diaz, amazing. Cody Gakpo, amazing. Alex McAllister, the midfield of Alex McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Dominic Soboslai, amazing. Then when he's had to switch things up, he brought in Curtis Jones, amazing. Brought in Harvey Elliott, amazing. When he had to switch things up in the front with Darwin Nunes, came in. I remember those two clutch goals against Brentford when they were losing 1-0. And then towards the end of the game, he comes on and he scores two. Amazing. Diogo Jota scoring goals, amazing. Against Everton, if you guys remember, it was Diogo Jota that scored the winner there. Amazing. When he's had to switch up things and the guys that have come in, they have been amazing. Talk about defense. When he's near the likes of Simicas, amazing. He's near the likes of Enzo, amazing. He's near the likes of Joe Gomez and Jared Konza. They have come in and they have been amazing. Then when we talk about Allison being out and he had to bring in Kelleher, amazing. Literally, the whole team has just been amazing. You probably hear me say amazing like 10 times, more than like about 100 times in this episode, just because of how amazing they have been. Shout out to Liverpool, man. That team, they just took us by surprise. Took us by surprise. And then the consistency. Again, consistency. They have just been 25 wins, 7 draws, 2 defeats. If that's not consistency, I don't know what is. Just playing ball. They again, you know their style. They come, they score one, then they sit back, maybe give you hope. And they do say it's the hope that kills. And I'm very well aware of that. But anyways, they give you hope. They think, okay, you get 1 or 2 chances, you don't take it, then they punish you and they score 2, and it's cruise control from there. Literally consistency. Again, Liverpool, record-breaking season in terms of equaling Manchester United with the most English top flight titles with 20. Crazy people, crazy. So yeah, just want to take the first 10, 15 minutes of this pod just to shout out Liverpool and how amazing they've been. And with 4 games to go, it's pretty much 15 points. 15, 14, 14 points from the top, which is mental. Which is mental to see. No, is it 14? Yeah, 15 points ahead of us now. Same level again, 25 wins, 7 draws, 2 defeats. Wow, amazing. Again, from top to bottom, they have just been spectacular.